Yeah, usually they're making money here, but now it's medical equipment and they are making it very, very quickly indeed. If you have a little look over my shoulder here, you can see the teams working. I'm told they're now making a visor every 6 seconds. Now, this all came about because the Royal Mint here in South Wales is just across the road from the Royal Glamorgan Hospital. One of the managers has family members who work there, and of course we all know about the shortages of personal protective equipment that many people on the front line are experiencing. And they set the teams here the task of coming up with a prototype visor that could get the safety seal needed for it to be approved by the NHS. And they came up with a prototype within just 48 hours. They then had to get it into production. They're using Royal Mint staff as well as people that they've recruited locally. There's around 200 people now working round the clock, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day to put these visors together. And they've received an order from the NHS for 2 million of them. So they're going to be working on this now for months, but they are determined to help out. And I spoke to the operations director here a little bit earlier. He's the man who came up with the idea and he explained to me why.
Going back a few weeks ago now, I was having a conversation with my sister, and she's a midwife in the NHS. Several members of my family are in the NHS, and obviously there's a huge demand for PPE, and we talked about visors. So I came in the next day, and we kind of give the engineers a challenge, and we said to them, look, can you produce a visor for us, a prototype we could take over to the hospital, which is only 200 yards away, within the next 24 hours? And they did it in 8. We then got it approved, went through BSI, got all those things approved, and started to ramp up the production you can see here today.
Now, of course, there have been challenges sourcing the material. For example, the elastic that fits the visor onto the head, they need 500 miles of that. So they've had to source that from suppliers across the UK. But of course, we all know how vitally important it is for medics to get PPE. What a thorn in the side of the government it has been trying to source enough PPE for medics. And we know that one of the government's 5 tests for loosening the lockdown is having sufficient PPE for the NHS to cope in the future. So vitally important that businesses are carrying out the kind of work that's done here.